He's got one blind left plus change.
In poker, there's a famous quote that separates dreamers from quitters.
Anything can happen in poker. All you need is a chip and a chair.
All you need is a chip and a chair.
All it takes is a chip and a chair.
And no one proved that more than George Holmes, a 49-year-old amateur from Atlanta who decided to bet on himself and enter the 2021 WSOP main event with dreams of taking home $8 million and poker's most iced-out bracelet. But George wasn't a poker pro. He was a finance guy who usually only played in home games with his buddies. While other players used solvers and had teams of coaches, George had something else, pure heart and a Mamba-like mentality. By day 7, Holmes was still standing. With only 27 players remaining, his dream was well within reach. Then suddenly, disaster struck, leaving him with just one big blind and his poker dreams on life support. But the moment everyone thought his dream was coming to an end is when the impossible started to begin. This is the incredible story of how a home game hero orchestrated the most unbelievable tournament run in WSOP history.
And Holmes had been down to one big blind, you may recall.
Ark collects a straight draw on the turn.
Now an 8 or a 10 would knock out George Holmes.
The river card is a 6. 2 pair for Holmes. He had a chip, and he keeps his chair.
Against all odds, Holmes tripled up. But he was still desperately short-stacked. Most players would play it safe in this spot and try to ladder up a few pay jumps. But George Holmes is built different. He had tasted death and survived. Now he was playing with house money and was about to prove that sometimes the most dangerous player at the table is the one with nothing left to lose. What happened over the next 90 minutes was jaw-dropping, leaving commentators and everyone at the table completely stunned.
From one big blind, this amateur Holmes now with 34 million chips from the 475,000 he had earlier on this day 7.
Don't need to be a pro, never give up, anything can happen.
The home game hero was staging a poker miracle and becoming a legitimate threat, but his biggest moment was yet to come. With the final table in sight, George found himself in a massive pot against one of the most dangerous players in the world, Chance Kornuth, a high-stakes pro with over $21 million in live tournament earnings and 4 WSOP bracelets to his name.
George Holmes is the main event. Don't need to be a pro. Never give up. Anything can happen.
Yeah, aces happen. Holmes has them now and saw Chance Kornuth open the pot from under the gun. A raise to $1.2 million with ace-king. This amateur Holmes now with 34 million chips from the 475,000 he had earlier on this day 7. Holmes now 3 bets with the aces.
You might hear Holmes' home game buddy on the rail, Gordon Davis, who keeps shouting out, "Show them the lights, George."
Back to the aggressive Kornuth, who will test you on every street possible.
Be interesting to see if Chance Kornuth can see the light here. You know, earlier on day 7, Kornuth flopped a flush with ace-queen suited against pocket aces to knock out Dennis Predvor.
Oh, wow. All in with the ace-king. Cool. And it's not going to take any time for George Holmes and the legend of Holmes taking on a new dimension now.
A disaster for Chance Kornuth. He goes with his read, and with 42 bigs in his stack, he's up against one of the 2 hands that absolutely crush him, pocket aces.
And here is the flop. And boom, just like that, it is over. Chance Kornuth drawing dead on the flop.
In one devastating cooler, George had eliminated one of the tournament's most dangerous players and vaulted himself from one big blind to chip leader in a matter of hours. After a few more eliminations, only 9 players remained, setting the stage for the final table and an opportunity to pull off the comeback of the century. Moments later, he picked up 2 queens and sent his first opponent to the rail, knocking out Jareth East in 8th place. Immediately, he went right back to work as he looked to eliminate another top pro in the very next hand.
Folded to Park in the big blind. Jack 9. He was the chip leader to begin day 7 with 29 million.
He's been pretty card dead down the stretch. He started playing poker on a Navy ship when he was in the Marines.
And it's a lot easier here to play poker because those tables don't bob up and down there in the Rio. Yeah. All right, Park's going to come along. Here is the flop. Top pair for Henry. 2 more diamonds for George.
Boy, Lionel, when we have a flop like this, I always want to edge closer to the table. Do you mind if I leave the booth?
No, not at all.
I don't like the way you said that. I'm going to stay.
Park checked. Holmes rarely checks.
Well, Park now under 20 bigs. With that flop, he's going to get it all in the middle now. Look at this. Is King George versus O. Henry. I said it. He's going to get it all into the middle now.
Henry Park. It's a check raise, but he does not get it all in the middle now.
What, suddenly I'm a poker expert? Leave me be.
Check raise to $5 million.
All in.
Yeah, he's testing Park for it all.